Namaste, good morning. Thank you so much for joining this early morning practice. This is about 80 minutes long. Please practice in accordance to your condition and please respect your limitations. Always remember the practice is an offering and how you're feeling to an extent affects everybody because we're connected through that divine essence within. So as a result, all beings are feeling the same that you are. So be mindful and be conscious in your practice. On that note, let's begin. Let's close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings and merging with the divine essence within. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. These are words taken from the sacred text of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita. So to make the practice even better than knowledge, even better than meditation, renounce all the fruits, dedicate them to all beings everywhere, and to God, or to what brings you this sense of awe and wonderment towards all things, all creation. Let's do the mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, you can just chant it. Imagine you're chanting through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting the words perfectly. If you do know it, just do it with conviction and volume so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around us. Om pavitraha pavitra va sawa vashtanga topi va yaha smaripamprikaksham sabaya vihantrahastri. So now let's start off with some breathing exercise to build some heat and to help to remove some impurities. This first one is Bhastrika breath. And this helps to oxygenate the blood, aerate the lungs, work the diaphragm, and it helps expel the impurities from the lungs. Helps to generate heat and to tone the abdomen as well. So as you're doing this, you're sniffing through like a dog, through the nose. So you're going very fast. If you get tired, you can just slow it down as you need to, then pick up the speed once you feel comfortable. And keep the breath very shallow so you can go faster. All right, so we'll do a breath retention at the end of it. Hands in Jnana Mudra on the knees. Sing it very tall, and then take a deep breath in. Exhale, completely remove all the air from the lungs. And begin when you're ready. Breathe in partially and start. Push all the air out of the lungs. Take a deep breath in. Raise the chest, inflate the lungs, and bring a chin on the chest. Throat lock. by raising the chest, you keep the back straight when your chin comes down. Contract the root muscles, pull them up towards the navel. Imagine you're contracting the perineum and the buttocks. And then bring the tongue to the roof mouth behind the teeth, and tension at the space between the eyebrows. Try keeping your attention at the space in the eyebrows to attract all the vital force there, all the prana. Exhale slowly and gradually in a controlled manner. Release the locks at the throat and the root. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the crown. Send all your power from your inner source up there. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Once again, draw from that source. Bring it all the way up to the crown on the inhale. Leave it there. Imagine it's going out to all beings everywhere. Exhale back down to your own internal source. Remain established in your own power. In your own power. Breathe normally for a couple cycles, and we'll do one more repetition. After the next exhale, you can begin when you're ready. You can start slow and then build speed. Push out all the air from the lungs again. Take a deep breath in. Expand the lungs, raise the chest, bend the kumbhaka. Throat lock, root lock. Pull the pelvic floor up towards the navel. Imagine trying to push it against the back wall of the body. Again, the chin on the chest, the tongue from the mouth behind the teeth. All the attention fixed at the space between the eyebrows. Keep holding, keep the mind calm even though the body's experiencing tension. Remain unaffected, undisturbed, unjudging. And release on the next exhale. Let go of the locks at the throat and the root. From the solar plexus again, bring more of your power up to the crown. Leave it there. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Once more, draw from your internal source up on the inhale to the crown. Allow that power to go out to all beings everywhere, directed to all beings, especially those who need the empowerment. Then exhale back down to the solar plexus. Just take a moment to notice any changes in the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Have no expectation, have no concern as to what you observe. Just be like the witness. Stay in this mind throughout the whole practice. All right, so for mental sharpness, we'll chant the sound sum a couple of times. So feel the whole brain, the whole top of the head vibrating with that sound, and the vibrations also produced as a result of pressing the lips together. Concentrate all your area at the crown, and this helps with the vibrations produced. This helps to promote mental sharpness and clarity. Why this is important is because with the sharpness of mind, you have more ability for discernment, and discernment is what we need to reflect upon the knowledge, and is more specifically knowledge that allows us to recognize the true nature of ourselves, which is infinite, eternal, immutable, and stainless. So take a deep breath in, all the attention at the crown. Once again, inhale. Even though the sound has disappeared, continue to hear the vibrations or to feel the vibrations doing their work. Now momentarily we'll continue the practice. Try to see the divinity in each and every form. Love and revere all of them. Think of the imitation of the form as a sign of reverence, as a gesture of reverence. And when you're enthusiastic towards the teacher who's teaching you everything, then the teacher is more inclined to share the knowledge with you. And knowledge is always powerful. It helps to remove the suffering. Ignorance, remember, is the root cause of all suffering. So now let's come to standing. I'm going to start off by just trying to encourage the release of more of the impurities out of the organs. Imagine just shaking all the impurities out. They're just falling out as you're shaking them around. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend down. Hands on the knees. On empty, start to pump the belly button in and out towards the front of the spine. Try to do it at least 50 times as you hold the breath out. Now, keep holding the breath out. Pull the belly button up and in. Imagine lifting the whole pelvic floor up and pushing it against the back wall of the body on the inside of the basket. And release, coming back up. Breathe in. Breathe out, relax. And we'll do one more. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend down. Hands on the knees. On empty again. Feel all the organs being shaken around, jostled as you pump the belly button in and out. Feel the belly jumping. Again, pull everything up and in. Suck everything up underneath the rib basket, so you're forming a vacuum there. And then come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we'll continue with some exercises just to work all the joints, move the joints every day to keep the body in a state of radiant health. Hands on the hips. Start with the head circles. Roll the head all the way around the neck. Feel as though the head were very heavy. The chin to the chest, the ears to the shoulders, back of the head to the top of the back. And then switch the direction, rotation. Move according to your condition and your abilities and your level of comfort. And now from here, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, exhale. Continue. Inhale, raise your arms up over the head. Exhale, yank them down. Spread your fingers as your arms come up. Close them into fists as they come down. Same gesture, but inhale in front. Exhale, pull the hands right. Snap them against the shoulders. Release. Throw the arms back and forth. Try to get the arms behind the ears. Next, arms across the chest, inhale. Exhale, throw them back. Do the movements with enthusiasm and the breathing with vigor to get the full range of benefits. Conclude. Bring your arms up over the head, inhale. Exhale, throw the body down. Allow the belly to flap the thighs. One more. Just allow the body to hang out there for a moment to stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way back up. Next one has a squat. So if you can't go down all the way, just go down as far as you can. Raise your arms up. Exhale, pull down into squat. You can lift up the heels as you come up. And then back up. Arms out to the side, at the height of the elbows the height of the shoulders. Twist from side to side. So you're exhaling as you complete the twist. The inhale happens automatically to come back to the center. And then back to the center. Same, next one has 4 movements. Again, a squat is incorporated into the movement. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, press up. With the heels again. Exhale, pull the hands down. Continue. Pretend you're a jack in a box. Jumping out of the box and then being thrown back down or pushed back down. Push out the loose toes, one more. And release. Next one, the arms out in front of the body, the wrists tied to the shoulders. Circle your arms around to the front. Exhale, pull in and punch right back out. Feel as though the arms are spring-loaded. And next one, same movement, almost, except you're starting at the down position, so you're going in a full circle and a quarter. Inhale, circle around to the front, arms out the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms back down. Good. And then from here, bring the feet out, toes pointing outwards. So the toes are beyond the edge of the mat. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the right. Right arm up, inhale. Bend to the left. And back to the center. Next one is the same movement. The breathing is a little bit different. Left arm up. On the inhale, hold the breath and sink into the stretch a little bit more. To the right. And come back up. Right arm up, inhale. Hold the breath and stretch to the left. Bend. And then come back up on the exhale. Continue. Try not to hunch forward. Keep your chest looking up. You turn your toes a little bit in the same line as the direction of the foot, the opposite of the leg that's pointing away from where you're bending, from the direction that you're bending. Try not to create folds on the underside of the body. Keep the side body long and smooth. Make like grass blowing in the wind. All the movements graceful. No jerky movements. No abrupt, aggressive movements. Remember, the practice is an offering, so you try to make it as beautiful as possible, so the witness within is pleased by the sight and benefits even more. When the teacher, that Supreme Guru that's within, senses the enthusiasm and the devotion of the students, they're more inclined to share the knowledge. So look engaged, remain present in the practice. Imagine you had weights attached to all the fingertips, allowing you to drop a little bit deeper into the bend. So I'm spinning on my feet a little bit in order to allow that smooth descent into the bend. Stretch the whole front of the body. Lose yourself in the sensations. Imagine all these experiences through your body. The last one. Reach up and stretch and bend. And then coming back up. Now we're going to make our way onto our hands and knees. Cat-cow. So inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Exhale, powerful movements. Inhale, stretch the belly skin. Exhale, stretch the back skin. Inhale, push chest forward, telescope the neck out of the shoulders, the trunk out of the hips. Exhale. Round your back. Inhale. Try not to jam up the lower back or the back of the neck. No wrinkles in those areas. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try to keep an opening in the throat as well when the chin comes against the chest. Inhale. So you can still breathe freely. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. So coming back to neutral here. Next one's for the hip. Raise the right leg up and then swing it out to the right. So you throw the leg up on the inhale and you throw it out to the right on the exhale. If you can't do all the repetitions, just do as many as you can according to your abilities and your energy level. Have no expectations and no attachments to the results. Just do your best. Make sure you're going at the speed that's suitable for you. So for instance, if you're not used to moving in the morning, you might have to slow down the movement. And now we're going to come onto the belly, working the upper back muscles. We're going to lie on the belly. If you need to, you can bring a blanket underneath your body with the edge of the blanket, just stopping at the tops of the legs. This helps prevent the hips from grinding into the ground. You can interlace your fingers behind the back, squeeze your palms together if that's accessible. If your hands, if it's too much for your shoulders, just keep your hands apart. Anchor down to the lower body, press down to the tops of the feet, the thighs and hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale down. Engage the buttocks and upper back when you come up. Up and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Up. Down. Up. Down. Try to get your hands right over your feet. Up. Down. Up. Down. We pull your hands. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. One more. Up. And down. Relax. Drop your arms by the sides of the body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remove all fatigue. Learn to relax instantly so you don't take the fatigue into the poses that follow. And now bring your arms in front of the body. There's a few options for this one. You can raise, for instance, both legs and arms at the same time and come back down. You can either just raise one leg and one arm at the same time. So opposite leg comes up to the hand that's rising up. If you're feeling stronger, you can bring both legs up, and the momentum of the action of the hips and the chest coming down will throw the upper body up. So it looks like this. Continue. Don't use your hands too much. If you're doing this one, we'll stop the momentum. Apart and release. Forehead down, breathe in and breathe out. And then we're going to come back all the way into child's pose. This one has 4 movements. Inhale, come up into high cat. Exhale, cobra. Drop your hips in your hands, chest forward. Back up into high cat. Exhale, seat behind the heels. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back up. High cat. Exhale, seat behind the heels. Move in a way that is graceful up and forward. That doesn't promote, again, lots of tension in the lower back or crunching in the lower back or the back and neck. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Think of a hose. When you hold it sharply, you stop the water flow. Inhale. So you want to make sure that the spine is always nice and long and smooth and back. Exhale. Inhale. No sudden jerky movements. And forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rounding. Exhale, flexing. Back to rounding. Inhale. Exhale, the seats all the way back, lengthening and flattening. Inhale. Exhale, coming forward. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders, the trunk out of the hips. Inhale. And back. Exhale. Inhale. Imagine a wave emerging from the ocean, reaching its full height, then starting to crest, and then disappear back into the water. Inhale. Exhale. Use your imagination to visualize the spinal movements. Try to make it as smooth and fluid as possible and back. And keep the spine nice and long. Up and forward. No kinks anywhere along the way, especially at either ends. The lower back and the back of the neck. And the seat all the way back. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Up. Forward. And back up. And all the way back. Rest in child's pose again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remove all fatigue. Next one, I'm going to slide into Cobra. So demonstrate the first entry. You just pull the floor. Pull the floor with your arms. Drag your body in between your arms. Slide forward. The chest comes up. The head comes up. So inhale. Hold the breath here. Hold the pose. Then exhale all the way back. If that's too difficult to slide, you can just come up into baby plank and then drop your hips down. Unroll the head. Uncoil. Then hold the breath. And back, exhale. Continue with the entry of your choice. Brush your nose good if you're doing a glide. Imagine you're a snake creeping through the grass. Imitate the form in all ways, physically, mentally, and even spiritually. Copy the teacher all the way back. Glide forward. In this case, with the serpent as your teacher, imagine having that boundless range of motion. Put yourself in a body that's that being. And back, exhale. Be regal and wise as the serpent. Embody all the divine qualities and virtues of the serpent. All the way back. Again, try to see God in a form. God manifests in each and every form in so many beautiful ways. Celebrate them all through the practice. And back, exhale. Inhale. Come up. Remember, 3 times blessed. You can imitate the form physically, mentally, and spiritually. All the way back, exhale. Inhale. Hold the pose. Everything stops. The mind becomes silent. And back, exhale. The mind has more of a chance to go silent when the body is still. Come forward. Hold the breath. And back, exhale. Inhale. Push the shoulders back. Open up the heart in every sense. And back, exhale. Inhale. Powerful movements. See yourself as a serpent. Powerful, mighty, fierce, fearless. And you become what you believe. You become the form. Merge with the form. And back. Highest form of meditation is when you become the object of your meditation. I mean, more significantly, when you merge the divine that's within the form. And back. Rest in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Through the practice, eventually you're able to find stillness and meditate in all the forms. And you merge with all the forms. Now I'm going to come back onto the belly, flip onto the back. So doing tucks now. Okay. If you can't bring your knees all the way to your chest, your forehead, your knees, no big deal. Just do your best. Inhale, stretch the arms over the head, push up to the heels, spread the toes and fingers, exhale. Pull right into tuck, knees to the shoulders, the chin between the knees. Make the forehead to the hands above the knees. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, make your body look like a fist. Inhale. Exhale. 1 one last one. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, just hitting different leg this time. Raise your arms up. Hold the breath, come into the tuck. Try to get your forehead to the hands above the knees. Stack your fists one from the other if you need to. Squeeze the elbows against the outside of the knees. And then release, exhale. Inhale, extend again. Hold the breath and tuck. Everything stops. All mind fluctuations, the body moves, and the emotions as though they're frozen. Release, exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath, tuck. Release even though the body's weighing again. Tension. The mind is as quiet and calm as the eye of the storm. Hold the breath. And release. Even if the forehead can't touch the hands, just keep concentrating on the space between the eyebrows. Hold the breath. Fix the attention on a seat of divine perception, which is okay between the eyebrows. Hold the breath. Hold the pulse. Break the pose. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath. Tuck. Make yourself very compact. Release. One more time. Inhale, stretch out. Hold the breath and tuck. And release. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now you're going to rock back and forth, so you can rock any which way you like. You can bring yourself into tuck, hold behind the knees, and just rock back and forth, like so. Bring your feet all the way back behind your head. If you want, you can come all the way into plow. Keep your limbs and arms straight. And the feet come down. Wait till the feet come down to sit up to work your core a little bit. And pull your body down onto your legs. And return. So, however you do it is perfect. Just do it with the best, with all your efforts. No jerky motions, no big crash landings of the legs or the back onto the ground. Nice and smooth and controlled. Two more. Use your core to pull yourself up. Last one. But after this last one, we're going to roll back and prepare to stand. So as your legs are coming down on the next one, go back into your back roll, bend your knees, plant your feet, and come right up to standing. Okay, so then I'm going to make our way to the front of the mat for the rest of the warm-up. Okay, so standing at the top of the mat, hands at the heart. Remember to imagine this as your divine duty to always everywhere. Let's imagine we're together physically, moving like a school of fish all together. Stay in the collective mind of offering. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back, fold forward. Chest on the thighs, bend your knees if you need to. Bring your hands flat on the ground. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Into the high plank, knees, chest, forehead down. And you can maybe come into cobra or pick your hips and legs up. Your knees up off the ground, upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Roll over your toes, the seat comes up, the head comes down. The right foot comes forward to the hands. Sink down to the seat, push the seat all the way forward. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home. Raise your arms up, modify again as you need to. Fold the body down. Land your belly on your thighs. Left foot back into high plank. Into lunge and then high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Glide forward into upward facing dog or cobra. back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. If it's hard to bring your foot all the way to the hands, you can lower the right knee down. The foot doesn't make it all the way, just use your left hand to place the foot forward. Chest on the thighs, head forward. And then feet together, Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing. And then come back home, hands to heart. Go up and back. Come down. Don't worry too much about the breath. Just move the body in a way that the breath remains steady and uniform. Into the high plank. Look for changes in the breath. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come into upward facing dog. The breath is a good indication if you're pushing too hard. If it changes drastically, becomes labored, then you need to adjust your practice. The right foot forward again. Feet together. Uttanasana. Come all the way up. Back home, hands to hearts. Go up again. And fold the body down in half. All the movements reflecting a consciousness. Left foot back. Open yourself up to divine grace. And your chest is open. High plank, knees, chest, forehead down. The head down, the eyes down. The eyes downcast. A gesture of humility. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Feet together, balancing legs. A gesture of humility here. Come all the way up. Open yourself up to divine grace. Hands back to the heart. Adding on, raise your arms up. As you come down this time, bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs. Swing your hands over your head, above your shoulders, maybe in front of the head. From here, right foot back. Lower the knee down. If you can, swing your hands right up into Kapyasana. Arms up, form the shape of a crescent moon. And then bring the hands back down. Step back in high plank. You can do the same. Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down if you're stronger. Take the seat back, your knees stay up, and you try to propel your way forward without touching your legs to the ground. You have to push and twist your head, the roots to your toes and the base of the fingers. Stay here for a moment. Pulse. Imagine trying to fold the body in half, bring in half, but again, try not to create a big fold across the lower back. Keep telescoping your chest up away from the hips. Then back into downward facing dog. Here, work the shoulders. Try to get your head below the arms. If you can strike the forehead to the ground. Try not to bend at the arms, at the shoulders or the elbows. Bring your forehead maybe in your chin. Your nose and your chin will come down eventually too. And now bring the right foot forward to the hands, back knee down. Kapyasana again. You keep the toes bent under the back leg to make the transition to the next pose easier. Kapyasana here. And then coming forward, belly on your thighs, so your hands pull back. Left foot joins the right. Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing, reach up over the head. And back home, hands to the heart. Go all the way up again. Pull the body down, bend your knees. Land your belly on your thighs and pull the hands over your back. Try to straighten your legs if you're flexible. Push the whole body against the legs to straighten them out. Now from here, the left foot back. Lower the knee and swing your arms up if you can without touching fingers to the ground. So you get your arms behind the ears. Stretch from the toes all the way to the fingertips. Good. And then bring your hands down. Step back in high plank. Again, you can do entry of your choice into Adho Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Bring your seat back. All the way if you like. Try not to touch your hips and knees to the ground as you come forward. Upward facing dog again, or cobra. If you're doing upward facing dog, your hips are lifted, your knees are lifted, and you imagine you're howling at the moon like a dog. Downward facing dog, imagine you're stretching your back like a dog does. And just demonstrate the loyalty of the dog to its master through this form. The head down, a gesture again of obedience, loyalty. Getting ready to step the left foot forward now. Move your shoulders over the fingertips so the foot comes forward and comes down softly. Kapyasana again, pull your arms up and back so you can get your shoulders to drop. Your arms go behind the ears or beside the ears. And then swing forward again. Bring your belly onto your thigh. The right foot meets the left. Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come all the way to standing, reach up over the head, arch back, and come back home. And then, a little bit faster, raise your arms up, go down, bend your knees, Land your belly on your thighs and pull your seat right over your feet if you can, your heels. Right foot back. Right into Kapyasana here. Then back down into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskara, or again, you're sent into upward facing dog or cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Raise your right leg up this time and step the foot between the hands. Back and down, all the movements fluid. Seamless transitions, like you're doing a divine dance in love. Left foot forward to the right, Uttanasana, bow down. Come right to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home. And again, raise your arms up. Stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body in half. Push the feet up over the heels if you can. And then straighten the legs, and then the left foot goes back. Right into Kapyasana. Bring the hands down. Back into high plank. Into upward facing dog. Or cobra. Push the elbows into sides of the body. Pushing with your toes. Back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart. Left leg up. And step the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Right into Kapyasana again. Pull the arms up and back. And then break the pose. Belly on your thighs, so your hands behind the back. The right foot meets the left. Push the head down towards the feet. Imagine your chest going beyond the knees. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head. Come back home. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale the left from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath there. Imagine love going to all beings everywhere, just like the sun that shines down on everything. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all. And then release. So continuing with some other poses now. Standing on the left foot first. Let's try ballet pose. If you need to, you can stand against the wall. If you're having trouble balancing, take the heel from the inside, the right heel, the thumb behind the heel, and bring the leg out to the side. You try to have your fingers and toes on the same line, so it might be at the height of the shoulders. More flexible, bring the foot up, but you have to lean a little bit to your left so your fingers and toes still stay at the same height. You can look up if you like, flex your foot, helps with the balance. If you're having trouble with this, straighten your leg and hold underneath the knee, whatever you need to do. You can always find a modification or a variation that suits your condition and your abilities. Good. Whoops. Dropped that by accident. And then from here, release the foot. Come back down. Whatever happens, just dance it. Be unconcerned, unjudging, just do your best. Anchor down to the right foot, hold the inside of the left heel, and come all the way up. Practice changes every day depending on your condition. Just dance with it, just like you dance with whatever's happening. Everything's happening exactly as it should, according to your divine plan. Break the pose, bring the foot back down. Okay, so now come to the back end of the mat. Ardha Chandrasana. Bring your left foot forward, left hand on the ground. Make sure it's not too close, at least 14 or 16 inches or so. Stay in the fingertips, or if you need to, you can place a block underneath your hand. If you need to, you can even lower down on your left knee. Then open up to the right. Bring the right arm up. See if you can look up. And stretch your leg up. Point the toes to make it look pretty. Keep your fingers together with the right hand so as not to dissipate the energy. Now bring the right hand down. Turn forward, so try and center the belly over the thigh. Left hand comes to the ankle. Index finger along the outside of the heel. Pull the right leg up higher. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, you can. And then see if you need to bend your left knee in order to get your chest against the leg. And walk your right hand closer and closer. You might be able to eventually get your hand on the foot. Index finger along the inside of the heel. Gaze just beyond the toes. And then break the pose, bring the right foot back down, come back up. Try it on the other side now. So the right foot steps forward, bring the right hand down. So if your hand's too close, it'll be hard to open up the hip. It might also be difficult to balance. So give yourself a little bit more space. Try to get your hip in line with your heel. Left leg up, and then eventually the left arm comes up as well. Try to get your left leg up higher. Now transition to the next one. Imagine your shape shift. You're moving between the forms without any effort. The right hand comes to the ankle. Again, the index finger pressing against the outside of the heel. Left leg comes up high if you can. Eventually, right over the line of the right foot. Bend your right knee if you need to get your belly on your thigh. And then move your right hand in. Keep your gaze very steady, just beyond the toes. Hold your breath so you can get your left hand on the foot. If it doesn't happen, not important. Just keep trying. It's not the result that's important, it's the effort. And come back out of the pose. Okay, so one more. Natarajasana, dancer. Bring the right knee up. Take hold of the ankle and pull the foot behind. Left arm comes up. This may be where you stay. If you feel comfortable, you can bend your left knee and start to lean forward. Push the foot away from your body. And then straighten up the left leg again. If you want, if you have the ability, you can take your left hand back, take the foot close to the seat, and then push the foot up, standing bow. Lift the shoulders a little bit, lift the chest. Try to get your toes above the height of the head. Break the pose, bring the right foot back down, try it on the other side. If it's too much, you need to bring your right hand on the left hand, the hand on the ground. The arm that's stretched out, you can always just drop it onto the ground. Left knee comes up, take hold of the ankle, and bring the right arm up. Again, you can just stay here. Just try to get as high as possible. Lift the chest. If you want to go into the dancer, bend your right knee. Push your foot away from the body and then straighten back out. Really push into the edges of your feet. Again, you can stay here. Or if you want to take the bind with both hands, pull the foot close to your seat. Take your right hand back to the ankle and then push your foot again up and back. Try to embody all the qualities of what you're representing, the poise, the gracefulness of the dancer. And then return. The foot comes back down. Next one. Stand in the middle of the mat and go to the left first. Fingers in line with the elbows, the height of the shoulders. Jump or walk your feet apart. Turn to your left. Sink into your left hip. Go nice and deep. If you have the flexibility, try to drop your hip down a little bit more and try to get your knee right over the toes. Dharmaji can swing hands down and then the fingers might touch the ground. At some point, if you have the flexibility, you might attain that. Look over the front hand, enter into warrior consciousness. And now from here, Paschimottanasana. Depending where your hip is, the height of your hip, you can keep your left forearm on the left leg, the right arm goes over the head. Make sure you're not jutting your hip up. Press the hip, flatten out the hip, so that your foot to the hand, one unbroken line of energy. If your hip is low, the height of the knee or lower, you can bring your left hand on the ground. If you have other variations here, go ahead, half bind. You can slip your right arm behind the back, bring out your thigh, keep your left shoulder against the inside of the knee. Or you take the bind, left shoulder drops down a little bit more, right arm again goes behind the back, but you're joining your hands behind the left thigh, just beside the seat. If it's too much, you can even lower the right knee down. Sukha Trikonasana. All the different forms. Go to the one where you find the steadiness, where you're bringing yourself to the edge of your potential. Break the pose, looking forward now, and then coming back up. If your foot kind of has slid out, bring it back so it's in underneath the knee. Hands on the hips, you should be able to lift your foot up. And if you can, then just, that's where it's, the leg will end up looking like a box. Right arm up, Parivrita Parsvakonasana. Angle the toes, knees in the same line towards the right. The armpit comes the outside of the knee. Maybe rest your armpit on the outside of the knee, on the leg. Push the left hand to the right. And notice as I push the left hand down the right, your belly, the body comes up higher. Try to get your belly higher than the thigh, and then turn. So if your belly's higher than the thigh, you have less obstruction, you can twist more. Send the chest facing up. And behind the thumbs. If you have other variations, go ahead. You can use the left hand to push your right arm underneath the leg, push your seat back first. Left arm goes over the back, join your hands underneath the belly, and if you can take the right knee back up. If it's not already, push this left shoulder all the way back. Break the pose, bring the knee down, flatten out the toes, sink your seat all the way towards the front heel. Kapyasana again, rock your shoulders back and forth. Try to get your chest up. Telescope it up away from your hips so you don't form a big crunching in the lower back. It's a crunching sensation. Think of a monkey. Seemingly got no bones and your arms are completely loose. Try to get that same feeling in your own body. Now break the pose. Bring hands to the inside of the left foot. Move the left foot out to the edge of the mat. And then pick up the back knee. Push back and forth a few times. Try to get your hips to sink. One more time to the right heel. Lower the knee down. And then if your hips are low enough, you can fall onto your right forearm, your right hip. Roll back to your left. Both sides of your hips are down. So make sure that your knee's not falling away from your shoulder or your foot's not sliding out and you end up looking like this. Your knee should be on top of in line with your foot. Back of the knee in line with the heel. And then just keep reaching forward. If you have to stay on your hands, your hips are too high, just keep sinking your hips down. Think of a cobra pose. And then when the hips are heavy and anchored down, the rest of the body will follow. Eventually the pelvis, the belly, and the chest will come right down. If you're flat down on your chest, you can bring your arms out to the side. Keep your knee again close to the shoulder. Try to get your back lower than the knee. Come back onto the hands. And now from here, bend the toes under the back foot. Lift back up to standing. Arms out to the side, come up. Go to the other side. Turn the right foot forward and sink into your hip. Imagine you're stretching a mat with your feet. Look over the front hands. Embody all the virtues of a warrior, the strength, the power, the courage, the devotion, most of all. Always ready to serve the people they protect. Now Parsvakonasana, again with this form here, the arm on the thigh or on the ground if you have the ability to do so. Keep the back of the shoulder against the knee. Press the body back, and if you like a half or full bind, this one is good if you have your arm on the leg. Push the left shoulder back, or if you want to go deeper, the right shoulder drops just below the line of the knee. The right arm goes underneath the leg. Left arm goes behind the back. You join hands just to the right of the seat. Again, if you need to modify, you can bring your left knee down. Keep pressing the left shoulder back, however. Then from here, coming back up, turn forward, bend the toes under and back foot, and again do the little test of trying to lift your foot up, your right foot. If it comes up easily again, it's roughly in the right place. Left arm up, go to the right this time. So, don't stay here, trapped behind the leg with your hands right against the shoulder. Keep pushing your right hand down to your left. You can do a fist if you like. This helps sometimes with the pushing action. The belly comes higher to the thigh, and then you roll the right shoulder all the way back. Chest and face up. You want to take the bind. It's easier if your armpits can get on the outside of the leg, so the elbow comes in a space underneath the leg. Push your sleeves back. Use your right hand to guide the arm underneath. Right arm goes over your back next. Join your hands underneath your belly. And if you want, you can raise the back knee up. If it's not already. Push out through that left heel. Turn your chest up. Straight line from the heel all the way to the crown. Break the pose. Bring the hands on the inside of the left foot. Move the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Scooch back and forth again. Try and get your hips to sink. Feel as though the hips were made of lead. And then push the left heel back one more time to lengthen the leg. Lower the knee down. If your hips are low enough, you can fall to your left to get the forearm to come down. Roll back to your right. Both sides of your hips are down evenly. Then just keep telescoping your chest forward. Fix your gaze. Look like a lizard that just doesn't blink at any time. Keep your gaze steady. If you're flat on the ground, again, you can bring your arms out to the side, the right shoulder on the foot. Wherever you are is perfect if you're putting your effort, your best effort forward. Merge with the form. Then make your way back up. Come back onto the hands. I'm going to turn to the right. Feet, hands framing the front foot. Come back into high plank. Move the left hand more to the center of the mat in front of the nose. And come into Vasisthasana. Make sure you don't drop into your shoulder or drop your hips. This is hard on the shoulder, and it also will feel very heavy. You won't be able to sustain the pose. Push your hips up and forward. If you need to, lower your left knee down on the ground, like so. Then go to the other side. You can either do it on your right knee, left arm comes up, or push into your hand. Keep your hand a little bit in front of the shoulder, just a little bit, so that it reminds you. You can push a little bit more into the ground and get more strength, support. You come back to high plank. Lower the knees down. Separate your heels, if you can sit between your heels. If not, just sit on your heels and just bring your hands back and just go down as far as you can. You might be able to make it onto the forearms. If you're against, if your seat is between your heels, and you can come down further, go ahead. You can come all the way down to your back eventually. Bring your thighs, inner thighs together. You can pull your arms over your head if you're flat on the back. And take hold of your opposite elbows. Now take a deep breath in, lengthen from the knees all the way up to your shoulders, to your elbows, depending on where your arms are. Exhale, feel the whole back body sinking into the ground. Learn to remove the effort instantly so you don't take it again into the next poses. Getting ready to come back up. If you're on the floor, press your hands against the heels, push into the elbows, tuck your chin in, lift your back up off the ground, and make your way back up. Okay, so now from here, do one more round of Vasisthasana. Come into high plank, and go ahead. If you have variations, you can go ahead here. On your left hand, left foot first. Turn to the right. You can stay here. You can slide your right toes back, spin on the foot, lift your hips. You can either stay here, or you can spin on the left hand, drag the left foot in beside the right, and bring your right hand down. If you have good shoulder flexibility, you can do Urdhva Dhanurasana. Or other forms, you try to take the right leg up, or the right knee up and catch the knee. And then spin on the hand, spin on the foot, keep your hips high, keep your arm extended as you make your way back to plank. Go on the other side. If you're doing it on your knee, You can still open up a little, push your hips all the way forward. If you want, you can take your left leg up. And so you can take hold of the foot and push it back. So many different forms. Be unjudging of what you retain. Just do your best. Slide your left toes back, spin on the hands, all the way around, hands pivot on the hands. And then you can maybe go into Urdhva Dhanurasana again if you did it the first time. Make your way back. Turn your fingertips towards the center of the mat, the right hand. Keep your hips up and then come back. From here, lower your knees down, come into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. And now from here, move your hands back, lift your chest, your head up, front and toes under, come all the way back into a squat. Kakasana. Starting off with a squat, your hands between your knees, wrists in line with your elbows, and then in this position, you're already in perfect position to do your crow. Just bring your hands down, move your elbows in a little bit so that your knees are close to the shoulders, and your elbows are about the height, midway up the shins. Lift your hips up off the ground. Lift your heels up, and then so you can look forward. Pull your toes away from the ground. If you flex your feet, you'll be able to hold the balance a little bit more. It engages all the muscles, keep you engaged. Now you can stay here. You can even just dance from toe to toe. If you're not comfortable bring the feet up off the ground. Those of you who want, tuck your chin in, bring the forehead out of the top of the head on the ground, come into teddy bear. If you want to go all the way up, however, go ahead. Take the legs up if you feel confident in doing your headstand. Just hold it for 5 seconds or so. And if you can come back into Kakasana, you can, or you can just come all the way back down with your toes on the ground. But if you can, land your arms on the legs on your arms, flex your feet, hold the breath, press into your hands, and lift your head up. Back into Kakasana, and then back down. From here, child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Didn't get a chance to do your headstand the first time, you can do some kind of inversion now. So lifting up your seat, try to get your seat over the knees. Tuck your chin into your chest and push your seat up. If you feel too much pressure in the back of the head, you can just move your head forward. Those who have more strength can keep your hands on the ground, the back's hands on the ground, back's wrists, and then lift your seat up. And then you can slide your feet in a little bit. You can come onto the roots of your toes. Try to get your seat. Imagine you're trying to fall into plow pose. Try to get as far forward as possible. Eventually, maybe your thighs come right against your body. Your hands and your feet in the same line. Getting ready to come out. Back into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your arms all the way forward, slide into cobra. Brush your nose to the ground, and make your way up, head all the way back. Try to get the top of the head, the back of the head on top of your seat. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And we're going to jump our feet forward, landing them where your hands are. Coming into a squat. Good. Shoulders back. Lift the heels up as high as you can. Try to keep your shoulders in line with your hips. Try not to come forward too much. Lower down slowly. Your seat right on the heels or right behind the heels, and then getting ready to roll back into baby plow. Tuck your chin in. Sit the seat down quietly or softly, and bring your feet all the way back behind the head. From here, your hands are on the back. And you can stay here. Try to move your arms behind your back a little bit more. You can even join your hands. Try to get your elbows to come close. And you can stay in baby plow or plow pose, halasana. If you want to go up into shoulder stand, bring your hands onto your back. One leg comes up at a time, the right leg or left leg if you want.
and then the other one follows. Try to get your toes, your hips, and your chin in the same line. Reach up higher. Push into your back with your hands. Bring your hands a little bit further up towards your neck. Get higher. Leave the body alone once you find the pose where you feel steady. Go beyond the body, the mind, and emotions. None of these are you. Lose your identification of the body, the mind, and emotions. If you want, you can come into lotus. You have lotus. Only if you have a full lotus. Otherwise, you feel like straight. All the attention to space between the eyebrows. Make your mind one pointed. If you're in lotus, try to get your knees higher than your hips. Use your hands to push into your thighs. Without changing your point of focus, observe the third eye. Come into plow. If you have a lotus, you can keep your lotus. You can even come into Pindasana, wrap your arms around the legs, and try to get your hands joined together just underneath the seat. Your knees on either side of the head. If you don't have a lotus, just do your plow. And if you want, bring your thighs down against your body, your knees against your head. Withdraw from your senses. Try not to be distracted by what's coming into the ears and eyes. Shut them out. All these distractions. Do this physically by bringing your knees against your ears and closing your eyes. Bring your hands behind the back, palms down. Keep your legs close to your body as you're coming down, as long as possible. Controlled descent, by pressing into the arms. And then bring your legs all the way down. From here, come into fish. Lift your back up. Actually, lift your one side of the seat up, slide your hand underneath, and then bring your left hand, your other hand underneath. Roll your arms underneath the body so from above you can't see them. And then push into your lower arms, lift your back up off the ground. Push your chest up as high as you can. Walk your elbows in a little bit closer to one another behind the heart. And then open up the chest in every sense. Push it all the way up as hard as you can and bring the top head to the ground. If you're feeling strong, you can bring your legs up about 12 inches off the mat. Keep your legs charged in either case. And breathe very fast in the nose like a sniffing dog. Bring your feet close to your seat. Those who want to go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can take your hands out from underneath, place your fingertips beside your head, and then lift your seat and bring your head back behind your hands. Flip your hands around. Otherwise, if it's too much, you can just do bridge pose. Just come back on the back of the head, anchor down to the top of your shoulders, and lift your seat up. Now, if your head is if you're getting ready to do Urdhva Dhanurasana, press into your hands and lift your head up off the ground. Walk your hands closer in towards your feet, lift your heels, try to straighten up your arms and legs a little bit more. Push your chest in front of your arms. Rock back and forth if you like. A little bit. Work the pose. And then come back down. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana or a bridge, lower yourself down. Lie on the back for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, now from here, arms up over the head. Come into seat position. Paschimottanasana. Bend your knees a little bit. You can keep your knees bent through the whole time if you have tight hamstrings. Just wrap your arms around the legs, take hold of the opposite elbows, and keep your belly connected to your thighs. Try to keep on pushing your chest forward so you're trying to get beyond your knees. If you're more flexible, start to slide your heels forward. If you know you can get your legs flat on the ground, no need to waste your time. Take hold of the outer edges of the feet close to your heels, or even take your bind in front of your heels. Bring your body down onto your legs, move your chest forward, beyond the knees, the top leg come towards the feet. All the attention at the base of the spine. Maybe your tension there will attract all the blood there and you'll feel its pulsation there. Coming back up, roll your way back up. Bring your hands behind your back, fingers facing away. You can do Purvottanasana or bench pose. In Purvottanasana, you pull your heels in a little bit, throw your hips up, roll the thighs inwards so your toes can come down. If your toes are up, your hips drag down, and this, again, will make it hard to sustain the pose. Push into your toes, into the mat, lift your chest. If it's too much, your heels underneath in the line underneath your knees, and try to get your chest high and the shoulders in either pose. Be very fast in those now. Lower the seat down. From here, right into a twist. Keep your feet where they are, maybe slightly left just a little bit more. The right hand behind the back, left arm up. And twist to the right. Push your form against the thighs. Keep your knees together. And keep pushing your knees against the elbow against the knee. Lift up through the lower back. Lift the chest. Feel the rotation starting at very low in the spine. Moving all the way up. Visualize the spine spiraling upwards. Maybe the body will twist with that visualization. Come back. Go to the other side. Left hand behind the back, right arm up. You want to actively push the knees beyond the right edge of the body as you turn. Make sure you're not crushing your belly. Pull the belly away from the thighs. It's not just the eyes that turn, the whole torso spins. So keep, again, that visualization of the spinal column twisting, and this might help you to go deeper into the pose. Break the pose, lie on the back for a moment. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax everything. Surrender all effort, all tension. Imagine all the muscles just dissolved. Everything softens. Imagine now the best is taking place, all the benefits streaming into the body. Accept it all with gratitude. They come in full force as a result of dedicating the practice, dedicating your efforts for a higher purpose, other than just satisfying your own needs and desires. Everything that you have is meant to be shared. Be receptive to the incoming grace that's coming in to fill you up, to fulfill you, to charge you, to make you strong in every sense, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Be resilient. Be determined. Be unshakable in your devotion to the practice.
to serving others through your practice. Intention of continuing to put compassion into action in all your thoughts, actions, and words. Try to always have them come from a place of love and compassion. It's not just for your family and friends and pets, it's for all beings everywhere. So keep on making the intention of radiating love and compassion and wisdom to all beings to help others. Break the patterns that cause suffering. Be a good role model for them. So now make your way back to seated position. Always in a way that is gentle, reverent, quiet, and mindful. We'll close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace, send out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see you again. Namaste.